You think you've made every decision in your life yourself. You haven't. Not because someone hypnotized you, not subliminal messages, not a flashing signal on a screen or a frequency buried in a song. Nobody needs any of that. All they need is three things: what you notice, what you feel, and who you believe you are. Control those three, and nobody has to force you into anything. You'll do it yourself and defend it as your own idea. Most people think control looks like something extreme, brainwashing, a manipulator you could spot from across a room. It doesn't. Real psychological control doesn't look like control while it's happening. It looks like a normal conversation. It looks like Tuesday.
Here's how it actually works. The first lever: attention. Watch it happen in real time. You bring up something that's actually hurting you. Within 60 seconds, somehow, you're the one apologizing. For a birthday you forgot 3 years ago. Not the 11 you've remembered since. Just that one, resurrected on command. Every single time. Your mind stops weighing the evidence after enough rounds of this. It just learns the rule. This is what we talk about. This is what's true. That's not a memory problem. That's an attention problem. And someone else just decided, again, what gets rehearsed. And notice, none of this ever asked for your permission. The second lever: emotion. Control how someone feels, and you control what they'll agree to before they've even thought it through. Picture the kitchen. 11 at night. You finally said the thing you'd been practicing all day. And for 3 full seconds, nobody answers. Not anger. Not one word. Just the silence. Stretching out. Long enough to make you the one who did something wrong. By the time they sigh and say, "It's fine," you're already apologizing. Not because you did anything, but because the silence cost more than the apology did. That's not them being hurt. That's a tax, and you just paid it. And the strange part, none of it feels forced. It feels like you're finally being a decent person. The third lever: identity. This is the one nobody sees coming. Because it never tells you what to do. It tells you who you are. I thought you were the kind of person who didn't make a big deal out of things. Not an order. A description. One you now have to live up to. Or admit was never true.
You're not being controlled anymore. You're protecting a version of yourself someone else handed you. Ask yourself something, quickly, before you keep watching. How many of your decisions this month were actually yours? Here's what nobody tells you about any of it. None of it feels like control while it's happening. It feels like a normal conversation. It feels like you thinking your own thoughts in your own voice. That's the actual trick. It doesn't take your choices away. It narrows them, one conversation at a time, until only one option feels safe enough to choose. By the time you understand what happened, you won't remember being pushed. You'll remember deciding. That's the illusion. Not that they took your choice, that they got you to mistake their choice